Malawi has an overwhelming sub-large population of adolescents and youth, with 1 out of 3 between the age of 10 to 24 years. Malawi's current estimated population is 5.8 million, thus according to National Youth-Friendly Health Services Strategy, whereas Nationwide Youth Consultation Report estimates at 17.2 million, having grown exponentially from 13.1 million in 2008. Even the average number of children per woman, total fertility rate, continues to lower slowly from 5.6% according to Malawi Demographic Health Survey 2010 to 5.0 according to Malawi Indicator Cluster Survey and MDG Endline Survey 2014. The population is poised to continue growing owing to large generation of children and adolescents primed to mature and have children of their own. However, laws and policies governing age of consent in Malawi remains fragmented, as adolescent HIV testing and counseling is at 13 years, which is inconsistent with access to sexual reproductive health services among adolescents. At all costs, this young population is an opportunity for Malawi to achieve economic, political, health, education reforms, commonly known to as demographic dividend. In order to realize demographic dividend, the policies and lawmakers need to review and harmonize laws and policies governing age of consent to 12 years in Malawi and SADC region.
Watch this. These are my confessions.
So we're talking about the 90 days of age of consent. African, Eastern and Southern African region brought together countries such as Malawi, Zimbabwe, Zambia and Botswana to come together to do a regional advocacy campaign that calls for harmonized age of consent and looking into access to sexual reproductive health services. You see, we have now, if we look at the rates and what's going on, you have young people as young as 10, 11 and 12 going through certain sexual reproductive health issues, but they're able to access services such as HIV testing and counseling. You see, countries such as Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, they've got access to those services at the age of 16. So what happens to those that are 15 and 14 and 13 and 11? This is why we have issues of high HIV prevalence rate, because they're not able to access such important services. So that is why we had come together to ensure that we need to push and ensure that young people are heard that they need these services as young as 11 and 12. South Africa is one of the best practice models that had put the age of consent at 12, and you can see improvement in health issues among adolescents and the youth themselves. So this is why this campaign is happening. At the end, what we're trying to achieve is that looking at the Eastern and Southern African commitment that happened, the ESA commitment, which talked about youth-friendly health services, as much as it looked like youth health services, we also wanted to focus on adolescent health services as well. So now, let's talk about the ESA commitment. This is the Eastern and Southern African commitment that brought together ministers of health and education in Cape Town that committed to ensure access to youth-friendly health services as well as quality comprehensive sexuality education. But most importantly, it talked about a commitment on harmonization of policies towards quality health services. Not just quality health services, but youth and adolescent friendly health services. So when we're talking about these services, we need to ensure that the age is consistent with the services that they're provided, and ensure that if we're wanting to deal with the issues that the ESA commitment was talking about in reduction of HIV and AIDS, then we need to ensure that the age of consent is as low as 10.
Adolescents and youth continue to have limited access to targeted sexual and reproductive health rights care services, which is contributing to and exacerbating to many sexual reproductive health problems. The recent evaluation of the Youth-Friendly Health Services program states that 31.7% of adolescents and young people heard about of these services and 13% ever used these services. Comprehensive knowledge on HIV also remains low amongst young people. Less than 42% of young women and 45% of young men aged 15 to 24 years fully understand HIV and AIDS. Young women are even less informed about condoms. Congruently, young mothers are dying during childbirth. Published Confidential Maternal Audit Report 2008 to 2010 reveals while of 34,000 new infections, of which 3,200 were among adolescents 15 to 19 years annually. In view of this, African Youth and Adolescent Network on Population and Development, through its affiliates, namely Youth Act Alliance, with funding from HIVOS under its Sexual Reproductive Health Rights Fund, in partnership with Southern Africa AIDS Trust, are implementing the Age of Consent project. The Age of Consent project aims at engaging and mobilizing young people to influence policy change governing the age of consent to lower to 12 years.
Watch this. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say.
Hi, my name is Maureen Pili, and I'm a youth activist as well as a vice chairperson for Youth Act Alliance, and I'm also a member of Y Plus Malawi. And I'm in support of policies and laws harmonization of age of consent to go down to 12 years, for the reason that adolescents and young people are vulnerable and also sexually active. And in Malawi, 4% accounts for HIV new infections, and 26% is for early pregnancies, and 81% accounts for unsafe abortions. Up to 52% accounts for early marriages in Malawi. You can see that the statistics and the trends are shocking, and I urge the policymakers, the registrators, that they may sit together and unite to review the policies and the laws in this country. As a youth activist, I'm not just sitting down and watch. I'm playing my role in peer education in schools and within youth clubs around my community. And at Family Planning Association of Malawi, we have youth-friendly services whereby we have an open door and our young people in the community come to access services freely and with an open mind, because we implement a youth-friendly service provision as compared to other healthy institutions whereby many young people complain on the challenges to access youth-friendly services. So we think that it's a major problem to our country whereby government have facilities are having a documentation of implementing youth-friendly services, but they cannot deliver them to young people. So we really think it's a threat to many young people, because I still feel that young people has a light, and the sexual light has to be given to young people, because anything for us. Without us, it's not for us.
Watch this. These are my confessions.
Ntchito yanga ndi kuweza magazi komanso kupereka uphungu. Kuweza magazi ndicho linga yoti tidziwe ngati munthu ali ndi kachirombo ka HIV kapena ayi. Kunoko masiku ano tikati age of consent imayambira pa zaka 13 kumapita kusogolo. Munthu amene ali ndi zaka 13 ndithu timatha kumufunsa ngakhale wabwera ndi makolo kuti ngati akufuna kuyezesa yekha akhoza kuyezesa kuti mwina ka wabwera ndi mayi ake ka wabwera ndi mchimwene wake ngati safuna kuti mchimwene wake akhale nawo muchipinda choyezera magazi timatha ndithu kumuvomera kuchokera pa zaka 13.
Ine panopa ndikugwirizana nazo kampeni imeneyi yakuti ana oyambira zaka 12 akuyenera kumakayezesa magazi kana atapita ndi makolo kapena paokha chifukwa chiwerengero chimene.
Watch this. These are my confessions.
My name is Willie Kamanga. I'm a specialist teacher and I'm teaching at Chateau School in Bilongo Urban. I would like to give my sentiments on the lowering of age for the HIV counseling and sexual reproductive health to 12. This can be done by harmonizing the laws and policies so that the age should be starting at 12. From practice point of view, we are teaching life planning skills in which gender issues, sexual reproductive health issues, AIDS and HIV and AIDS, age appropriate, are the integral part of the teaching process. However, some parents and communities are blaming us, complaining that we are teaching sensitive issues of sex and sexuality. Yet, on the ground, we are having high school drop rates, especially the teens, even high teen pregnancies, because these learners or these pupils are involved in unprotected sex at the early age. Recently, the UN Committee on Child Affairs has proposed that the age of the sexual reproductive health of adolescent should go down to match with what is happening to our adolescents at present. For that information, I am also supporting that the age should be harmonized by the policies in Malawi so that it should go to 12. Lastly, there is a need to create linkages between health centers and schools. This will help the pupils to have health services easily.
Watch this. These are my confessions.
So for example, such realizing the challenge that is there around age of consent, different ages of consents, and I took a study to see what are the disparities of age of consent to various services that young people might access. So we undertook a study in many countries in Africa, including the SADC region where we are operating. And the report is really confirming some of the worries that we have in terms of lack of clear direction for communicating to young people in terms of when they are going to access the services. So currently working together with the other development partners, we are also making sure that we are part and parcel of a campaign around age of consent. And in Malawi, we are acting like an administrator of the support to Africa to making sure that they are able to access the services and help them to manage the resources and convene themselves so that they discuss around this issue. Currently, we are committing to undertaking supporting communication development materials. For example, we want to help the posters to be out there. I'm just coming from Joburg. We have got some tablets that we are channeling to this institution so that they're able to utilize that. And I feel I also need to connect this campaign to an initiative that we are planning to do, the youth hub. We feel it's youth hub will be an opportunity for young people to discuss various topics, including this particular topic, so that then we generate rich information directly coming from young people in terms of how we want to move around the age of consent and other issues around sexual and reproductive health and rights, including HIV. So I think we are setting the ground. The partnership that is there, we are already in partnership with the AFRIAN at regional level, and we feel this is an opportunity for making sure that we bring on board a wider voice, a wider range of contribution from young people, so that this subject is rich in content, especially coming from the people that are concerned by the issues that we are discussing, including the age of consent issue.